Howdy folks, Spencer here, and today I'll be going through the latest batch of news for STO on both PC and console as of August 12th, 2023. As always, chapters are listed down below for those of you that want to skip ahead. The first thing I want to discuss today is that there is a Tier 6 experimental ship upgrade token available for free on PC in the promotions tab of the C Store. To access this, simply go to the C Store, go to the promotions tab, and you should see it up near the top of this page. If you don't see it, hit the drop down to get the search bar and type in T6 and look for the experimental ship upgrade token. You have up through the end of August to go through and claim it, and it is bound to your account. So it's a free Tier 6X upgrade token. Those things usually cost a little bit of money to get, so definitely make sure to go through and claim that while it is available. The next thing I want to mention is that for those of us on PC, the no-win scenario event is now active. This is the 4th event in the year-long event campaign, and if you're looking to get caught up and finish your event campaign, then make sure you're logging in and getting your daily progress from this event. Now, I am going to remind you guys that you can continue to earn progress for the event campaign after you do the 14 days of the no-win scenario event. The no-win event is active for 21 days. You only have to play 14 days to get the reward from the no-win event, but if you continue to play those other 7 days, you still do get your 50 campaign progress every single day there. So if you're really far behind, then make sure you're taking advantage of every single day that this event is available for you. And if you're really, really far behind, if you buy out the no-win event right now, while you still have a bunch of unfinished progress on it, you will get up to 700 campaign progress, depending on how many days you have left. So for me right now, I've got 2 of 14 days done. If I was to go through and buy this out, I would get 12 days worth of progress for the event campaign from buying this out. So if I wanted to do that, I would get 600 progress, and then I could continue to play it every single day for the rest of the event and get another 50 each day. So if you're really far behind, then maybe consider the buyout. Now, on the topic of the no-win event, I do want to mention the set that this event is going to be dropping. The Protostar Omni, they lied about it in the blog. It does actually have a unique proc on it. In the blog, they said that it was just a normal phaser with just the Protostar visuals, but that is not actually the case. It does actually have a unique proc on it that is going to have a chance to give you +5 weapon power for 10 seconds, and it can stack up to 10 times or stack up to 5 times. So it is a unique proc. It's nothing that special, but what this is going to be really good for is those of you that play lots of alts that don't want to go through and play Beyond the Nexus on all of them. The Trilithium Omni from the Beyond the Nexus mission is still a much better phaser Omni to run versus this, but if you don't want to run that on your alts, then this would be a good substitute for your alt characters. The Warp Core and Singularity Core will give you a scaling flight turn rate or power bonus depending on what your throttle's at. If you're below 50% throttle, it'll give you a turn rate boost, and if you're above 50% throttle, it's going to give you a power boost that will scale up. So that might be interesting for some builds, but realistically, I just don't see the Warp Core, Singularity Core, or Shield from this set getting that much use, to be honest. Now for the shield here, the shield has a unique effect on it to increase shield regen as your shields lose health. So when you have a shield facing go down, it's going to increase the regen for that shield facing. This might be like a really nice budget option for like leveling up in alt, but once you're at endgame, I just realistically, I don't see people dropping like the Disco 2-piece, the core and shield that's such a powerful two-piece for survivability. I just do not see people giving up that 120% hull regen or that small amount of shield regen, especially in the current state of the game where, you know, your shields don't have too much impact in combat. So it's an interesting set. I think it's mostly going to be used for the gimmick aspect with the 2 or 3 piece here. The 2 piece I don't think is going to be worth it. The numbers I've seen from this shows it can give up to 3% crit chance, so nothing too crazy. Some people might be interested in the shield drain resistance, but I don't know how much impact that is actually going to have. The 3 piece here does apply a barrel roll to your ship. I don't know if this will work with the ships that are normally excluded from barrel rolls, like the Enterprise J. And then it's going to launch a warp core at the target. So the 3 piece is entirely just a for fun thing. It's not anything meta. The 2 piece also I don't think is really going to be meta, but something fun to mess around with if you're looking for new things to play with. Next up, for those of us on PC, we have a Bonus Dil event active right now up through August 14th. So make sure to take advantage of that if you have any Dil mine claims to burn, research assignments, anything like that. We also have a Key and Lobi Sale on PC up through August 14th as well. This is a 15% key sale with a return of the 20 keyring bundle to the C-Store. Not really that great of a sale. If you're looking to stock up on keys, I would advise you wait for at least a 25% sale. And for the Lobi Sale, it'll also be running up through August 14th, and it's just a 20% sale. So nothing too special, but realistically, I don't think we're going to see that 50% Lobi Sale return anytime soon. So if you have Lobi things that you're wanting to pick up, I would probably just go through and grab them with the 20% sale at this point, especially if you just got your Lobi from the event campaign. You know, this is a pretty nice discount that'll let you get a couple extra items from the Lobi store. And the reason that the Key and Lobi Sale is going on PC right now is because the Friendship class was introduced into the game with the most recent patch. The Friendship class is a 32nd century ship. I talked about it in a recent video. I'll have a link to that stats breakdown down below. The ship is interesting. One of the things I did see mentioned that I didn't even realize when I first was looking at it after the 10 forward is that the Friendship apparently is a 32nd century ship that doesn't have a battle cloak. Normally, the 32nd century ships have a battle cloak, but it looks like this one does not. But the big issue with the Friendship is an issue that I've talked about in the past. And when I talked about issues with the Infinity Lockbox, I talked about how there's too many ships in the Infinity Lockbox. And as they add in more and more ships, each new ship, gets more and more expensive. And if I go look at the exchange right now, what we'll see is that in Star Trek Online, Friendship is expensive. And in this case, if you want to get Friendship in Star Trek Online, you're going to have to shell out 1.4 billion EC. So the issues that I talked about in that video have not been addressed by Cryptic, and basically the issue boils down to is the actual Infinity Tier 6 choice pack has like 60 to 70 options in it, and you can't actually sell or trade the choice pack. So when they add in more ships, people that have those choice packs have to select a specific ship and then post that specific ship up to the exchange, rather than being able to just post the choice pack up so that the buyer can decide. And what that does is it lowers the supply of each of the ships on the exchange, because you've got a limited supply of the T6 Infinity ship boxes coming into the game, because there's not that many people opening lock boxes. And when they do open those T6 boxes, there's just more and more options for them. So it's a big supply limitation, and it's really just due to the fact that the seller has to decide what ship they want to sell rather than the buyer deciding, what ship they want from a choice pack. So if the choice pack was sellable, we wouldn't have these issues, but because it is not, that is why things are so expensive. Now, the next thing I want to mention here is the PC patch notes from earlier this week. The first part of it's just mentioning the no-win scenario event, which I've already covered. They had an issue where you could still apparently you could take the EC from exchange mails that were supposed to protect you from going over 2 billion. In some cases, it apparently would bug out and let you take EC and let you still go past the limit. So they have went through and addressed that. Now, this did cause an issue the other day in that right after the patch, when you bought something off of the exchange, it would be mailed to you rather than being put right into your inventory. But that was very quickly addressed because they had another issue that was fairly important for them to rush through and fix, and that was that after the Thursday patch, the Dilex would not let you withdraw dilithium from the market. So within a couple hours of that Thursday patch, they did a server restart and they fixed the issue with the Dilex, so it's working perfectly fine. And they also fixed the issue with the exchange stuff. So if you go through and you buy things off the exchange, they are still actually going directly into your inventory. So you may have seen a couple comments about things being mailed again, but that was addressed very quickly, and I thank Cryptic for getting that sorted out real fast. We had a fix for the Shorts Terran 2 costume. The Undine Chirax and the Terran Empire Agony phaser weapon boxes were not correctly granting things to low-level characters, and it looks like that's been fixed. The Nadion Saturation Bomb from the T5 Patrol Escort has been updated, so it can now be used on the Cyclone Intel Escort. The Nadion Saturation Bomb is basically a phaser bomb, so if you're doing a phaser build on the Cyclone, it might be something to look at. It is a tier 5 ship, though, to get it. And if you're not intending to fly the Cyclone long term, I probably wouldn't pick it up. Hopefully, this is one of the consoles that they go through and make usable on any ship at some point. But the other issue with the Nadion Saturation Bomb is that it doesn't really scale up very well to like level 65 content from what I last remember. It may have changed, but I mean, if you have a ton of phaser buffs on your build, you might be able to get something out of it. At a minimum, if you have a Cyclone, you can at least mess around with it. So that's an option for you if you're using that ship. And there's a known issue where if you have the Protostar variant shield array from the new set, it will say no shields for shield regenerate in the stats tab of the status window. So it's just a visual bug there. You're still actually getting the regen. It just isn't showing it in the window. Heading over to the console side of things, there is a MUDs update with the Martian mining laser, the Temporal Hack kit module, and the Ryzian luxury cruiser vessel being added to the MUD store. These are nothing special. You don't really have to worry about any of these. But the good thing is that whenever they add something new into the MUD store, there is a 75% sale associated with it. So if you have any other MUDs items you're looking to pick up, then definitely take a look at that. That should be a 75% sale on all of the non-bundle items in the MUD store. And on console, you guys also have an upgrade event active up through August 14th. And for all platforms, we have the Star Trek Day event active right now, where the Starfleet Museum is active above ESD and DS9. If you talk to each of the ships, it will give you a special title called Historical Documents Expert. So if you're a collector, then make sure to go through and pick that up. And that's going to be it for today. Again, thank you to all channel members and viewers for the continued support. I am hopefully going to have some more content out here in the next week, so stay tuned. And I will be streaming later today if you want to stop by, run some TFOs, and chat. Again, thank you for watching, and see you guys around.